If you stopped working today, how long could you survive? A week? A month? Maybe a few months if you're careful. Now let me ask you a more uncomfortable question. If your income stops the moment you stop working, do you actually have income? Or do you just have a temporary survival mechanism? This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is a mathematical warning. Because right now, millions of people are trapped in a system where the harder they work, the more dependent they become. Welcome to the employee trap, and today we're going to break it. 1. The trap lesson 1. You are selling a finite asset every single day. You wake up with exactly 24 hours, not 25, not 26, just 24. Now imagine you owned a store, but you only had 24 items to sell each day. Once those items are gone, that's it. No more revenue. No matter how high the demand is, that is your life. You are selling hours. And the moment you run out of hours, you run out of money. You can upgrade your job, you can earn more per hour, but you can never escape the ceiling. Because your income is chained to something that runs out every single day. Time. Lesson 2. This was designed. You think this is normal. Wake up, go to work, get paid, repeat for 40 years, but this system wasn't designed for freedom. It was designed for control. Think about school. You were trained to sit still for hours. Follow instructions. Ask for permission. Complete tasks assigned by authority. That's not ownership training, that's compliance training. You weren't taught how to build systems. You weren't taught how to own assets. You weren't taught how money actually works. You were trained to become a perfectly functioning part in someone else's machine. And when you graduate, they give you the leash. It's called a salary. 2. The math lesson 3. The tax trap. Let's talk about something nobody explains properly. The system is not rigged by corruption. It's rigged by math. If you earn money from a job, you pay the highest taxes. Before the money even touches your hands, a large percentage is gone. But if you earn money from assets, from investments, from ownership, you are taxed less. Why? Because the system rewards ownership, not effort. If you sell your time, you are penalized. If you own assets, you are rewarded. That's not unfair, that's the rule book. Lesson 4. Inflation is quietly destroying you every year. Things get more expensive. You see it everywhere. Food, fuel, rent. But here's what most people don't realize: prices rise first. Wages rise last. By the time you get a raise, you've already lost purchasing power. You think you're moving forward, but you're actually falling behind. Slowly, quietly, this is the silent tax on employees, and you can't escape it as long as you trade time for money. Lesson 5. Linear versus exponential. This is where everything changes. Jobs are linear. 1 hour equals 1 unit of income. 10 hours equals 10 units. That's it. But wealth is exponential. When you build or own something that works without you, it grows, even when you're not working. That's the difference. If you stop working at a job, income stops. If you stop working on a system, it keeps running. You don't need more effort. You need a different structure. 3. The psychology lesson 6. The paycheck addiction. You don't hate your job. You're addicted to your paycheck. Every 2 weeks you get rewarded. Your brain says you're safe. So you stop taking risks. You stop thinking bigger. You stop building. You become dependent on predictability. And slowly that predictability becomes a prison. Lesson 7. The busy illusion. Ask someone how they are. They'll say, "I'm busy." And they say it with pride, but being busy is not success. It's often avoidance. Employees measure effort. Owners measure outcomes. If you're busy all day but nothing is growing without you, you're not building wealth. You're maintaining survival. Lesson 8. The status trap. They give you a title: manager, director, vice president. And suddenly you feel important. But here's the truth. That title is not an asset, it's a psychological leash. because now you have something to lose, and the fear of losing it keeps you stuck. 4. The owner mindset lesson 9. Your money must work. Every dollar you earn is a choice. You can spend it or you can deploy it. Think of money as soldiers. Spend them, they disappear. Invest them, they bring back more soldiers. And those soldiers bring even more. That's how wealth is built, not by working harder but by putting money to work. Lesson 10. Modern leverage. We live in a different world now. You don't need a factory. You don't need thousands of employees. Today, leverage is digital. One piece of content can reach millions. One product can sell endlessly. One system can generate income without you. This is power, and it's available to anyone who stops selling time. Lesson 11. Systems over effort. If your income depends on you, you don't have a business. You have a job, even if you're self-employed. Real wealth comes from systems. Systems that operate without your constant presence. Your goal is simple. Build something that works even when you don't. 5. The escape plan. Lesson 12. The weekend strategy. Don't quit your job. That's emotional. That's reckless. Your job is your funding source. Use it, but change what you do after work. Evenings, weekends, that's where your real life begins. That's where you build your exit. Lesson 13. Escape velocity. There comes a moment when your side income covers your expenses. That's freedom. Not millions, not luxury. Just independence. Once you reach that point, everything changes. You're no longer controlled. You're choosing. Lesson 14. The promotion trap. Right when you start escaping, the system pulls harder. More money, more responsibility. More status, but less freedom. It's a trade. And most people accept it without realizing they just reinforce the cage. One day you will be old. You won't be able to work anymore. And you'll sit there looking back at your life. And you'll ask yourself one question. Was it worth it? Was it worth trading your time for a paycheck that's long gone? Or would you rather have taken the risk, built something, and lived on your own terms? Because here's the truth: you can make more money. You cannot make more time. The door to the cage was never locked. You were just trained not to leave. Stop selling your time. Start building your freedom. Because no one is coming to save you. And the clock is already ticking.